Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So, welcome to this political community. I am due to do this video because a lot of things have happened to me since I posted a live video, and I just want to come with this BIPOCA existential crisis, Black Lives Matter protest with an IMMPJ about my health. Yes, because it is very important that I share with you very much everything what's going on. And yes, so here I am trying to open up and then break down everything what happened since and make sure that everything is into perspective. It has been a journey. That's all what I can say. But I'm learning a lot from that. And I believe that because I'm so involved in so many different um, social and Black Lives Matter, human rights and civil rights, and job center issues, police issues, ex-partner issues. And bear in mind, all of those problems are external problems. None of them have been caused by myself. I'm dealing with a lot of things that other people initiated against me, and then I have to protect myself and seek for social justice and look for equality, justice, and fight for my civil and human rights. So it is a very tricky situation because I'm not in a position where, you know, I wanted to do all of that. I'm pretty much reporting everything. And as a consequence, I have to document, record, and do those videos and share with you what's going on. Because, yeah, obviously, once I realize what I'm fighting against, because now I'm very much aware that I'm fighting against evil forces. So now I know that they are capable of doing anything. So I know that since a long time ago already. There's nothing new about it. More than a year time now, I realized that this is completely out of proportion. And the fact is, I'm just looking on the tip of the iceberg. So if you take my case, I know it's huge, it's a lot of problems. But if you take my case, this is just a tip of the iceberg. So underneath the water, there's a huge network and there's a huge iceberg that is deep within the society that no one is actually willing to dive, fix it, and come back through the surface with some sort of um, healing process, so the whole society benefit out of it. So yeah, nobody's willing to dive in the water and fix the broken iceberg. So this is the thing. My case is a huge file of evidence that black individuals, indigenous people of color, and Asians as well, all of us will face a huge amount of discrimination and injustice. And I'm not here trying to convince you of anything. The evidence that I have speak for themselves. So I just documented everything, right? So it is what happened. Every single case has been written exactly how they happened. So I wish those things didn't really happen to me, but they happened. And I cannot just keep a blind eye and pretend that everything's great when it's not. And so the update that I want to tell you is yes, I'm very much aware, and you should be very much aware that this could be happening. And my case, and not just myself, this has definitely happened to more people as well. It is a living proof those things are happening. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go back to previous videos and watch them. I mean, there are things like domestic violence, abuse, problems with dentists, police misconduct, job center is responsible for the homeless crisis, and many more cases that I've documented in the file report and reported everything to the police. Everything has been super nicely and professionally in the most organized way as possibly done. So you can go to the website and links just down below and then just read more about everything. It's under the police top menu page, and you can choose to read it in English and German. Bear that in mind, there are more things that I have to put on because it keeps growing. It's just, yeah, insanity. So yeah, so you need to understand that anything is possible in this country because you have seen the history, and there are people out there, obviously not the majority of the people, but there are people out there that are trying to gain the majority to cause more harm and to hurt people and to discriminate against them and just stripe away all of their rights and civil human rights and dignity to cause them harm and pain and suffering. And bear that in mind, especially in my case, I don't really harm anyone. I don't really do anything bad to anyone. I'm a very peaceful guy, very loving, friendly, kind. So, but that's the thing. It's not because I'm doing something wrong. They will hate me regardless, right? So it doesn't really matter what I do. If I were a good guy or a bad guy, if I was doing A or B or C, or you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. They hate me just because of my skin color, just because of my nationality, just because of my sexuality, just because of my religion. They will hate me regardless. So now that I know what I'm dealing with, and you should know that there are people like that outside, because you should know this is the thing. When people tell you, like black, indigenous, people of color, Asians, they tell you something about that, is very important. If you're white, you take a position which you are listening and you are processing the information, and you should actually start taking notes and record all the events, because you never know if this person who is supposed to be your friend, right, needs your help, and there is some sort of injustice they're trying to cover up, because that's what's happening right now with me. They are trying to cause me harm, and as you've seen in the previous videos, there is the sonic weapon attack. So I just want to make sure that people don't keep on saying that those things wouldn't happen here in Germany, because they are actually happening. So yeah, I don't need to prove you anything that those things are not happening here, because actually I have evidence because they are happening. So there's a huge list. Some of them are documented, some of them I'm gonna just drop in the next few videos. But this protest is more telling you more about my health, and which I'm going to come to this point now. So I am feeling way better since I got back from the hospital. As you know, in previous videos, go and watch it right now if you haven't paused, and then come back to these later, because otherwise you're not going to follow up. So I got back from the hospital, and I went to the hospital, and it was a huge drama anyways, but I got back from the hospital and all the vibration, they're gone. There's no vibration in this room anymore. So, but at the same time, there was no MRI because they didn't do the MRI on my brain to gather more evidence of what I was saying, right? So yeah, health wise, I am feeling a lot better. Of course, my body will heal for the next few days, but I'm already feeling myself, because of course sound has a strong energy to change our moods, and I knew that something was going on, right? It's not in my mind, I knew it. My body was telling me, and I could hear the vibrations, I saw the vibrations because I did the test. So all the signs, all the evidence that's required to make some sort of professional and smart analysis and come up with a conclusion and ask for help. But there was no help there in the hospital to help me out with that anyhow. But I did my part. I did my best. So you know, it is a tricky situation, and so this is the update. My health is much better. I'm feeling almost myself again, 100%, very near 100%. And so I don't have the same side effects that I was having the last months, pretty much, which was highly connected with the sonic weapon attack. So, and all the signs were very similar with all the people that went through the same sort of attack, and all the research that I did pointed to the same direction. So yeah, health wise, I am feeling good. So I just want to give an update. Of course, you never know when or if that will have ever come back, because you never know. So I'm going to remain vigilant, because that's one of the most important things that I have to do. Vigilance. So if you are a political activist and you are feeling some weird kind of side effects, headaches, feeling some sort of vibration, or any sort of other health problems that you are having, and you are healthy, you're just doing everything that's healthy, having a health lifestyle, and eating well, sleeping well, you know that's something that. So just watch out, especially if you are in Germany. I'm, I live in Germany now. I cannot speak for other places. These kind of things that have never happened to me in the UK when I was doing um, going to protests or organizing things or meeting up with political activists and being more politically engaged. I've never experienced such a thing in the UK, so I can speak for the UK. So yeah, this has never happened to me in the UK, but yeah, it has happened to me here in Germany. So if you live in Germany, and pay a lot of attention to your body and to your instinct, to your gut. And if you feel that something's not right, gather evidence, because there's probably something, someone, or some sort of system, mafia, Nazis, you know what I mean, trying to um, A, slow you down, B, trying to hurt your health, make sure that you get sick and you cannot be more active and do the things that you have to do, and C, pretty much cause you harm and make you ill and dysfunction with your life. And you just, yeah, just make sure that you're safe. That's the most important thing. But take a very realistic approach. It could be happening, so record everything, make notes, and yeah, just stay safe, because there is a lot of evil out there. Obviously, once again, not generalizing. So this is not for the good people. So, but of course, if you're a good person, you're not gonna get hurt that I'm talking things about evil people, right? Because when I see things online talking about evil, it doesn't really affect me directly, because I'm not evil. So, so if you're feeling a little bit touched with everything what I say, then it's good that you maybe have some sort of therapy, counseling, to kind of heal those wounds and suffering that you're going through, and purge everything, because we have to purge, we have to heal ourselves from traumas that we've been through and that we've caused as well. And sometimes even our ancestors have caused so much trauma to people that is within ourselves. So it's our job to purge everything, to heal, to get better, and be on the right side of the history. So I'm not saying that it's not okay to feel bad when I'm saying the truth, but what I'm trying to say is, just if you feel a little bit offended or defensive with what I say, then maybe you need help. That's what it is, right? But I'm not someone here to help you, because I'm not a therapist, and I don't have the qualifications to um, deal with such a traumatic experiences that maybe your ancestors and you had to go through in the past. But yeah, I have compassion and I feel your pain. But the only thing that I know is, when I go through difficult times in my life and when I need to, I go and ask for help. So do the same thing. But having said that, I'm going to show you my medical report because I just want to make sure that I share with you a little bit more online. And so I will actually post this on a blog post on the website, a policy that I'm not sure where exactly this is going to go, but I hope you can read it. It's a little bit small that, but I'm going to kind of read through it. So on the 26th of March 2021, I wrote this actually, and this was when I went to the hospital on the 23rd. It was a Tuesday, and the 24th that I was kind of misguided, lied to in that hospital. But initially, I went to Charité Centrale and then the Vivantes, which is, yeah, the first on the 23rd, Charité, second, 24th in Vivantes. And I, as I said earlier, I documented everything what was going on from December, and I told the doctor everything, right? And so then there was effectively a medical report saying that there was a need for an MRI test to be taking place, and then they sent me to the hospital. And then everything's been documented. So then I had to do a COVID test, which was a very traumatic situation because despite it, I was really treated really well. And again, this is something that I need to tell you. Despite under the surface, I get really well treated. There's always that time when an examination needs to take place, and then they, use too much force, or this is what happened when I was in the dentist. She just completely screwed everything up. On the surface they are nice, but then they always do something that's not correct. So basically, there was the COVID test, and then the examination was really, really strong. I can still kind of feel pain in my left nose from that examination. That was, you know, almost 3 weeks ago. So, and then there was that, and it was a really bad taste. And I spoke to a friend of mine. He said that maybe it's just blood, and it's going to heal. And he had gone through something similar when he had a test done as well. So I just moved on from that. It's not really important, but once again, I'm documenting everything. So just whatever happens is documented. So it is written really well and nicely. So I don't want to miss ever anything. So from the time being moving forward, so even like earlier, everything what happens will be documented in my life. Let's put it that way, just to be safe. So then, yes, there was a task. So I already spoken about this in the previous videos, but basically there was a need for the MRI. The MRI was not done, and yeah, I mean, and then there was another event. So a few days later, I contacted Charité Centrale again, and that was a huge traumatic situation because they booked me an appointment, and I requested a notification, an email notification. And so the receptionist said that she would send me an email with the notification, but she didn't. But I kept trying to contact them on and on again, and I was pretty persistent trying to get through the hospital because I didn't get an email with the confirmation. And it was a huge drama again. This was just after trying to get an MRI in 2 hospitals, and then I was trying to get another one. So then there was this whole drama and confusion, and they knew everything what I told them in the past. So, but at the end of the day, there was not really MRI appointment booked. It was just more drama and after drama, and then they booked me an appointment without giving me the address. But I found the place because I actually went anyways. I just wanted to see what would happen. So I was literally laughing with myself the whole time because I was just, putting this German efficiency to the test. How can you book an appointment to someone and don't give them an address, right? But I spoken to around 10 people and then I managed to find it. So I asked people to call the place for me. This kind of my way of dealing with people. I always find a way. So I basically managed the situation well. I found the place thanks to my persistency. And so once again, I suspected that there would be an MRI test done at that day, but that was a completely lie. There was no MRI booked. I was sent to speak with a doctor. Once again, another doctor, so which is pretty much the fourth doctor that I've spoken with, and there was no MRI booked. So, at the end of the conversation with the doctor, because I was very persistent, I said, "Look, I, look, I don't need to be here. I don't really need your help. The whole point is to get an MRI test done, and then we can collect evidence and talk about it afterwards." So the doctor was really defensive and not really convinced about what I was saying. And then I told the doctor, "Look, I'm not here trying to convince you. I just need an MRI test. Then we can talk about it afterwards." I was really firm, but no MRI. So then, after being really, really, really persistent, um, the doctor finally gave me a prescription to the MRI test, but then he was not in the Charité Centrale. So basically, I have to book it by myself somewhere. And it's not very clear as well. And I've tried to book it online. So it's really difficult because I'm not a doctor and I don't know what kind of exactly examination that I need to go through, right? The websites that I go through ask me for what kind of MRI test, and I already contact a few hospitals, but no response yet. So it is the drama that I have to go through every single day of my life here. So I just want to tell you that this whole situation has been designed to do that to me, and not just to me, to Black, indigenous people of color, and Asians, especially when they are trying to fight for civil and human rights, and especially when they are trying to find justice and have an equal society. We will suffer such a type of manipulation and mind control and drama because this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to cause as much harm as possible. But I'm very much aware of that. So I'm one in a kind of leading position. So I am, in a way, accepting what they are doing without resisting. So I'm very much in that kind of driving position. I am leading. They are not leading my life. And I'm pretty much on this journey to document every single injustice and every single drama that I will go through. And I can tell you, this is not coincidence. What it's happening is a huge setup because, as I said earlier, I have enough evidence and more knowledge and expertise on the tactics. And what is really interesting is to see people's faces, right? Because I'm genuinely, I was trying and I was just, even though my life is not a game, I was playing the game and I was just winning. So I managed to go to the right place, just 15 minutes later, but I was there and, I actually spoken to some people that were outside. I've made some connections. As a whole, it was a good experience despite having to go such a psychological drama, which is pretty much illegal. But I want to talk about something that's my health. That's very important. So I also did some research, and yeah, people that go through such a sonic weapon attack, or is the Havana Syndrome sonic weapon attack? I think this is probably the more specific term. People that go through that sort of attack should be treated exactly in the same way as any other sort of weapon attack, right? It's on the international law, convention law, that states that any individual that goes through a sonic weapon attack should be treated in an emergency sort of style of treatment, medical treatment, which again, as you've seen in previous videos, I was treated well, but they didn't treat it as an emergency. And so, which again, it's an attempt to cover up the evidence because I should be sent immediately to an emergency room and I should be sent immediately to an MRI test machine in Berlin, and my brain should have been immediately scanned to find out what was going on, right? But they didn't do that. So they know that if they did scan my brain, there would be the evidence that's needed to prove that I was under a sonic attack. So now I'm going to wrap up this because this is a BIPOCA existential crisis, Black Lives Matter protest, and this is the whole point that I'm talking about. That it is Black Lives Matter, right? So if a white individual would be treated different than I was, then this is evidence that my life doesn't really matter. And this is the most racist country that I ever lived in my whole life. So because now I know, so and I want you to know, if you're black and if you're indigenous, if you're people of color and Asians, you need to be very much aware that if you live in Germany, this is the most racist country that you're probably going to ever live in your life because everything is really written. As I was talking to you before, the iceberg, I'm just on the tip of the iceberg. So underneath, there's a much darker minds and there's much more hate and there's much more manipulation lies. So on the surface and above the tip of the iceberg, they will deny, lie, deceive, manipulate, but underneath they are pure evil and they will really cause you and me harm. So this is a video to you from these communities. Of course, you can include Jewish people as well, despite that everything is under the cover in this country. And I mean, we all know that they hate Muslims. Yeah, it's very much evident, but also the Jewish community as well. So yeah, if you add the Jewish people into the equation and the Muslims, we are on the front line, and so they will do whatever they can to hurt us. So stay safe and protect yourself, gather evidence, and be careful, especially if you're fighting for social and human equality, because if you become a target, the same thing could be happening to you, but maybe in different ways. I don't know. Yes, you know, I am here doing this video and doing this Black Lives Matter protest video online streaming because I want to help people and I just want to improve the society. And I don't want you to be naive. I want you to face the enemy with knowledge, and you need to make sure that you know what you're dealing against. And of course, you have to make sure that your health is good, that your mental health is good, and that you're safe before you can fight for justice, right? But this is exactly what they're going to try to do. Take all of that away so you're not going to be able to be yourself. And in some cases, people may be aggressive, right? So I've been going through all of that drama caused externally, not by me. So, but this is the thing. They're playing a game with my life because maybe they thought that I would be aggressive, that I would be, you know, going crazy and, punching people or something. But no, it did not affect me, but it could affect you maybe if you're feeling a little bit more kind of aggressive or your mood is changing, you're not feeling yourself, and you don't understand what's going on, right? I'm not this person. Look deep down, what could be causing that? And you know it's not yourself. So document, report, go to the police if it's needed. In my case, I don't really go to the police because they pretty much useless to help me. So I don't trust the police. In fact, I do not trust the police. I do report everything because I have to, but if I had a choice, I wouldn't. And go to your GP if you trust them, is speak with people that you trust, and make sure that you're safe. This is the whole point, because Black Lives Matter, your life matter, and don't let anyone take your health, your dreams, your future, your personality, your life, your energy away from you, because you have to be in a leading position, and you have to make sure that you are protecting yourself, and this is the most important thing. And this is the point of today's video, is that I've done everything that I could to protect myself. I am feeling well. My mental health is really good now since the noise has stopped, and everything's healing. I am able to feel myself and function like I always function my whole life, let's put it that way. And I know myself so well, and this is what you need to know. You need to learn about yourself really well as well. I know myself very well, right? I know the things that I do, and I know how I behave. I know my mind, that I'm very much comfortable with myself. I wouldn't change anything within myself. So when something is not right, I know, because I have this kind of intuition and gut feeling, and my guts just tell me, what's going on. And so I'm very kind of in tune with myself. And as I said before, I know myself very well. So that I knew that something was going on. But I took this active position, and I worked my way out of it, and I found a way to document everything, to report everything. And now at least everything's online and is more evidence for all my cases. So I will end this video. This is a protest, and I don't have a falling yet. I will keep working on it despite they will try to slow me down and try to cancel me and try to make sure that what I'm planning will not happen, but I will keep pushing through it, and I will be organizing the BIPOCA existential crisis Black Lives Matter protest in Berlin. You can find out all the information on the website, on the events page. It is still very much alive. Now I have an idea. That's something that I want to implement next weekend, but you have to stay tuned, because I'm going to talk more about it. This idea is going to be really nice. I want to connect with some people that are interested in politics, economics, and civil and human rights, and hopefully I and we can start something that is going to help people's lives, and it's going to prepare this country, but not just this country, because I'm doing this more for the global sake of our communities. I hope that one day this planet will be a better place. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, subscribe, write a comment down below. I need your support. So, and don't forget to subscribe to the website as well to get post updates, and so you can find more information out about the website, things that are happening on the website. And also, there's something very important. Go to the Telegram app, and link is below the video as well, here in the description box. subscribing to the Telegram app, which is a really nice app right now that I'm going to be sending you information about future things that are going on. Obviously now the whole focus is in the BIPOCA existential crisis, Black Lives Matter protests, and yesterday I actually sent in weather update and some update about this protest today. So go, this is a very nice place to get some updates as well. So YouTube, Twitter, and the Telegram app, and obviously on the website. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I will keep update. I'm good. I'm healthy, and I will keep on pushing through it. And remember that life is not a game, and but I'm very much in control of my life, and I'll make sure that I will find a solution to fix every single problem, because until there's no justice, there's no peace.